All right, so are you ready to dive into the world of travel TikTok? You might think it's all, dancing teenagers and silly trends, but let me tell you, there's a lot more to it than that. We're doing a deep dive today into some research from a 2024 FocusWire white paper. And guess what? It's sponsored by TikTok
Oh,
themselves.
wow.
They're clearly aware that they're, kind of making waves in the travel industry, and trust me, the findings are pretty eye-opening.
Yeah, it's really remarkable how quickly TikTok has gone from, you know,
Yeah.
that platform that was mainly known for entertainment
Hmm.
to like a serious player in the travel space. It seems like we blinked and suddenly everyone's getting their travel inspiration and advice from 60-second
Right,
videos.
exactly. And this isn't just about teens anymore either. It's impacting how a lot of people are planning and booking trips. And get this, the UK Consumer Travel Report for 2024 showed that TikTok had the biggest year-on-year jump in usage for travel planning
Mhm.
compared to any other social media platform. Over 25% of people in the UK who use social media for travel turn to TikTok.
Wow. Yeah, I think what's fascinating to me is like the generational breakdown. Of course, Gen Z is leading the way with 58% using TikTok for travel, but a surprising 41% of millennials are on board too. So that's a massive chunk of the population getting their travel fix from TikTok. It really highlights how widespread its influence is becoming.
Okay, so we know people are using it. But how is TikTok actually changing the way we travel? It's not just about finding pretty pictures anymore. It's actually changing the whole, you know, journey from that initial spark of inspiration to actually booking a flight and hotel.
Right. It's like the traditional travel funnel, right?
Right.
It used to be a fairly linear process. You'd start with kind of a vague idea, then, do some research, maybe read some reviews, and then finally make a booking. But TikTok is like shaking things up.
So how's TikTok different?
Well, for starters, it's all about the For You page. This personalized feed just like throws all this travel content your way. Stuff you might never have even thought to search for. Suddenly you're seeing hidden gems and unique experiences and destinations you never even knew existed. It's like having a personal travel agent curating a feed just for you, but way more fun and engaging.
But it's not just passive scrolling, right? People are using TikTok to actively search for travel information too.
Absolutely. Yeah, more and more we're seeing people use specific keywords and hashtags to find exactly what they're looking for. So they're going beyond just browsing
Hmm.
and using TikTok as like a search engine for all things travel.
And it's clearly working. The research showed that 42% of people who plan trips on TikTok actually made a booking based on something they saw there. That's pretty much the same conversion rate as Instagram and Facebook, which are, the old guard of travel inspiration.
Yeah, that's a really crucial insight for anyone working in the travel industry. TikTok isn't just a platform for building brand awareness. It's driving real, tangible results.
Hmm.
And I think a big part of this success comes down to the power of short-form video.
So how is short form video so effective, especially when it comes to travel?
I mean, think about it. These bite-sized videos, they grab your attention
Yeah.
instantly. They're visually captivating. You get straight to the point, and they just pack a lot of information into like a short amount of time. Perfect for,
Well,
our increasingly short attention spans.
right. And the data backs this up. The report found that people who book trips based on TikTok content are way more likely to be swayed by short form videos compared to people who book on other platforms.
Mm.
In fact, 54% of all TikTok users said they love the short form video format. It's clearly a winning formula.
Yeah, it speaks to the importance of understanding how people are consuming content these days. Travel brands need to adapt and embrace this format if they want to connect with audiences on TikTok.
Okay, so we've busted the myth that TikTok is only for young people. Now let's tackle another misconception, that TikTok travelers are all about budget travel. Because the research reveals something pretty interesting here.
Yeah, it turns out TikTok is attracting a pretty diverse crowd of travelers,
Hmm.
including those who are willing to spend big bucks on their adventures.
Right. The average spend per person for those who booked on TikTok was 1,389 nine billings. That's almost £100 more than people who converted on other platforms. And they weren't just spending more overall, they were more likely to choose luxury accommodations over budget-friendly options.
Wow. This tells us that TikTok is resonating with travelers who prioritize experience and comfort. They're looking for those unique, high-end getaways, and they're finding inspiration for them on TikTok.
So we've established that TikTok is a major force in the travel industry. It's changing how we discover and book trips. And it's attracting a diverse range of travelers, including big spenders. Well, it's
Yeah.
really fueling this phenomenon.
That's where the power of the TikTok community comes into play. And that's what we'll explore in the next part of our deep dive.
So you know what makes TikTok so different from other social media platforms? Is like that feeling of community. It's not just about, passively watching videos. It's about like active engagement, sharing advice, and connecting with other like-minded travelers, almost like a massive global travel forum.
Yeah, and speaking of advice, the research showed that TikTok users are way more likely to be asked for travel tips. Compared to users of other platforms, a whopping 66% of people who share travel content on TikTok have been asked for recommendations. Compared to only 32% on other platforms, that's more than double.
Wow. That's incredible. That really speaks to like the level of trust and credibility that TikTok users have built within their networks. They're seen as travel influencers, even if they don't have, millions of followers. Right. It's like they're the go-to travel gurus among their friends and family. And what's even more interesting is that the report found that people actually see TikTok creators as more helpful for travel advice than established review sites. That's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, it's a huge shift.
Yeah.
People are turning to these creators for like authentic recommendations and insights,
Hmm.
often more so than they trust, those polished professional reviews.
Right. But this brings up an interesting point about trust and authenticity in the world of travel influencers. The research found that people have mixed feelings about how trustworthy creator content really is. While half of the users said they were confident in the authenticity, the other half were a bit more skeptical.
Yeah, I think this actually reflects a healthy level of critical thinking among TikTok users.
Hmm.
They're engaging with this content, but they're doing it with a discerning eye, aware that sometimes things might be, staged or influenced by brand deals.
So it's a balancing act. People love that, personal, relatable feel of creator content. But they're also smart enough to know that it's not always the whole picture.
Exactly. And that's why authenticity is so crucial. And what's really encouraging is that TikTok users seem to appreciate seeing like the good A&D, the bad sides of travel. They're not just looking for those perfectly curated highlight reels. They want to see the real deal mishaps and all.
Yeah. It's about that raw, unfiltered perspective. You know those funny travel fails, the unexpected detours, the honest reviews, both positive and negative. That's what resonates with people.
Absolutely. It's about transparency and genuine connection. People can spot a fake a mile away.
Yeah.
They're looking for creators who are relatable and trustworthy and willing to share the full spectrum of their travel experiences.
And the good news is, a majority of TikTok users, 57% to be exact, believe that creators genuinely want to help their audience. That's a pretty high level of trust.
It shows that when creators are transparent and engaging, they can build really strong connections with their followers, connections that extend to the brands they work with.
Which brings us to the idea of social media evangelism. Essentially, it's when people shout out specific brands in their posts, and the research found that TikTok users are more likely to do this than users of other platforms.
Yeah, think of it as like word-of-mouth marketing amplified. 41% of TikTok users who share travel content have mentioned brands in their posts, compared to just 28% on other platforms. So it's clear that they're genuinely excited to share their positive experiences with brands they love.
And it makes sense that people who spend more on travel are even more likely to rave about the brands they choose. The report found that almost 40% of travelers who spent over £2,000 mentioned brands in their posts.
It's a valuable insight for travel brands. These high spenders are your brand ambassadors on TikTok, sharing their experiences and influencing others.
So which travel categories are getting the most love from these TikTok evangelists?
Unsurprisingly, food and beverage is at the top of the list.
Huh.
Almost half of all users who tagged a business mentioned a specific restaurant or food outlet. But what's interesting is that airports came in second, mentioned by 1 in 3 sharers.
Airports. That's not the first thing that comes to mind when you think of exciting travel content. Why do you think they're getting so much attention on TikTok?
Well, it could be that airports are becoming more than just places to catch a flight. They're offering unique experiences and interesting architecture, and even local culinary delights. Plus, it's often like the starting point of a journey, so people are excited to share their travel plans.
That's a great point. It seems like even the most mundane parts of travel can be transformed into engaging content on TikTok.
It speaks to the platform's ability to find the extraordinary in the ordinary.
So what does all this mean for the future of travel? How is this shift towards authentic, less polished content going to impact our expectations and experiences?
That's the big question, and it's one we'll delve into in the final part of our deep dive.
We've been exploring how TikTok is shaking things up in the travel world. And it's clear that this platform is about way more than just dance challenges and viral trends. So as we wrap up our deep dive, let's think about what this all means for the future of travel. Could TikTok actually change how we experience and perceive travel in the long run?
It's a really interesting question. This move towards more authentic, less polished travel content is bound to have some kind of ripple effect.
Yeah.
Like, think about it. As we get so used to seeing these unfiltered realities of travel on TikTok, those like picture perfect, overly staged Instagram photos, they might start to lose their appeal.
Right. We might start craving more genuine experiences, destinations that feel, real and relatable rather than just picture perfect.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We might become more discerning travelers, seeking out places and activities that align with our values, whether it's, sustainability or responsible tourism, or connecting with local communities.
It's almost like TikTok could be like a driving force for positive change in the travel industry.
Yeah. I think it has the potential to be just that. By fostering the sense of community and shared experience, it could really empower travelers to make more informed decisions, choices that benefit both themselves and the destinations they visit.
Instead of chasing those like Instagram-worthy shots, we might be more focused on like truly experiencing a place, engaging with its culture, and supporting local businesses.
Yeah, it's about moving away from that surface level travel and really diving deeper into what makes a destination truly special. It's about prioritizing authentic interactions and meaningful experiences over just like checking things off a list.
And I think this also ties back to the power of the TikTok community. When you see real people sharing their genuine travel experiences, both the good and the bad, it helps you connect with a destination on a more personal level. Makes you feel like you're getting an insider's perspective.
Yeah, that's the magic of TikTok. It really breaks down those barriers between the traveler and the destination. It's not just about like consuming information, it's about being part of a conversation, a community of people who share this passion for travel.
And that's a powerful thing. It has the potential to reshape our travel expectations, inspire us to explore new places, and encourage us to be more conscious and responsible travelers.
So as you're scrolling through your TikTok feed, remember that those like 60-second videos might be doing more than just entertaining you. They could be changing the way you see the world and how you choose to travel.
It's been so fascinating exploring the impact of TikTok on the travel industry. And it's clear that this is just the beginning. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive into the world of travel TikTok. Who knows what amazing discoveries await us as this platform continues to evolve and influence how we explore our world.
Thank you for joining us on this journey through the future of travel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our channel for more insights and updates. Visit Tourism, Capturing the Scene of Knowledge, a comprehensive website delivering the latest travel trends and innovations. Accelerate your mastery of the tourism industry, all in one place. Navigate through a vast showcase of comprehensive business-oriented tourism content, 99% pure industry intelligence, and 1% academic, curated for discerning professionals. Why subscribe to Tourism? Capturing the Scene of Knowledge. Make informed decisions. Instantly access key reports and insights from top sources across the tourism industry. No research required. All in one place. Why split your attention? A single subscription gives you easy access to thousands of reports, videos, and infographics just as effortlessly as watching a 30-second ad. Save time with curated searches. Time is money. Let our subscription save you both by delivering valuable insights directly without the endless search. Until next time, happy travels.